Hi guys, if you've clicked this YouTube video, the chances are you've probably thought about creating a YouTube channel yourself, but something's stopping you. Well, today we're going to discuss what that something might be and how we can fix it. So if you're anything like me, you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for quite a while now, and you've probably watched lots of videos like this one with lots of people telling you that you should just start, that there's lots of reasons why you should be doing YouTube, and you've probably been getting really motivated by these videos, but you're still not actually executing, you're not actually doing the thing of going out and creating your first video. And I completely resonate with that. I was that person as well. And I'm now just getting started to actually making videos. And I want to touch on a few of the things that, or maybe let's call it excuses potentially, that I actually probably hid behind and didn't actually start doing the videos until fairly recently. So I want to cover off what those things might be that might be stopping you from doing it, and why you shouldn't let that put you off from making YouTube videos. So the first thing that springs to mind in terms of finding reasons not to create YouTube videos is lack of gear. So lots of people will watch YouTube videos and they'll see typically people with fairly big channels who have got lots of gear. They've got all the best lighting, best cameras, the best microphones. It looks really professional, and you're maybe sitting at home with none of this gear thinking, how am I going to produce a video that competes with that? But the reality is that, we actually have, most of us certainly have a smartphone, and a smartphone is a video recorder, it is a microphone, and you can even edit videos on it as well. And we all typically have a smartphone these days, and it will record a video, picture and audio which are good enough for you to get started. So don't think that you have to have all the best gear in order to get started on YouTube. Even if you don't have a tripod to put your phone on, just balance it against a stack of books, whatever it is that gets you started. The best thing to think about when thinking you don't have enough gear is that you can have all the best gear in the world, and if what you're talking about in your videos is not adding value to somebody, and you're not getting your titles right, you're not getting your thumbnails right, and you're not getting people to click and convert from seeing the video, getting the impression, to actually clicking through to watching the video, then it doesn't matter how good your quality is, because people aren't watching it. So I would rather have a very basic setup in terms of gear and be recording videos that's actually really giving value to the right audience, than having lots of great gear and not executing well and people not watching your videos. So if that's the reason that you're stopping yourself from creating YouTube videos, don't let it be. If you have got a target audience in mind, you know what you want to talk about, then let that be the key driver. Don't let the lack of gear put you off. Okay, so another thing that you might feel is putting you off from creating YouTube videos is that you're not an expert. The truth of the matter is, you don't have to be an expert on any particular topic that you want to talk about in order to be successful on YouTube or just post a video. You just have to know a little bit more than someone else, a little bit more than what your audience knows. Take me as an example. I'm recording this, it's only my, I think, third YouTube video. I'm by no means an expert on creating YouTube videos, but I've watched enough content on YouTube on this topic, and I have a reasonable amount of gear and a little bit of knowledge to draw on, that I feel that I can now sit down and talk to the camera and hopefully pass on a little bit of that wisdom and knowledge and expertise onto an audience who are potentially, complete novices on this particular topic. So you don't have to be an expert, you just have to be a little bit more knowledgeable than the people that you want to see your videos. So if you're waiting to be an expert on something, then you probably will wait an awful long time. Everyone is always learning. So I think that rather than thinking that you have to be this expert or this human encyclopedia on this particular topic, if you've got a good ground knowledge, there's a good chance that you know a good bit more than a lot of people that are on YouTube searching to find out about the things that you already know. So draw on that, learn as you go, and as you continue to learn, you can continue to pass on the things that you've learned to your audience. So not being an expert on something definitely shouldn't be a reason to not start on YouTube. So something else that seems to come up quite regularly, and I've actually spoken to people about this particular thing, is that people have this conception that YouTube and social media is for young people. And that's not the case. There are people that are doing all kinds of social media content creation, not just YouTube. But I've seen people on YouTube in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're out there creating. And this idea that it's for young people is just absolutely ridiculous. I think people seem to think that younger people are more at ease with being out there on the internet and putting themselves on the internet because they have grown up as part of a generation who have never known a pre-internet world. They have grown up with social media as the norm and seeing regular people posting themselves, videos of themselves speaking and all that kind of stuff onto these platforms. So I think that it's less kind of an alien concept to a younger generation, but that doesn't mean that people like you and me, if you're sitting here similar to me in your 40s or perhaps slightly younger, slightly older, you will remember the days of pre-internet and the thought potentially of you putting yourself out there and with a potential audience of millions is maybe a little bit daunting, and we kind of hide away thinking, well, I'll just leave the young people to kind of do that. It doesn't need to be that way. If you're an older person, you've lived a bit of life, you've probably built up a lot of knowledge, and whatever topic it is you want to talk about, if you're particularly knowledgeable on, there's probably an audience of young people in particular who are maybe looking to draw on that knowledge that you've got. So don't think it's a young person's game. That's 100% not the case. There's lots of people that I subscribe to personally on YouTube who are a good bit older than me, that are in their 60s and even 70s, who I watch, and I think are really, really inspiring. The fact that they have, come from a very non kind of tech background and they're putting themselves out there. And I think as you get older, you kind of start to lose that kind of inhibitions of, being afraid of what people think of what you're saying or how you look and all this kind of stuff. And that brings me on to the next point, which is people not liking how they look or how they sound when they hear and see themselves on video. Now, I am one of those people. I see myself in video and I hear my audio and think, I can't believe I look like that. I can't believe I sound like that. But the reality of it is that the only person who is going to think that is weird is you, because the people who know you, that is what they see. So what you're seeing when you see yourself on camera, that's what the people who know you see. That's what the people who know you hear when you speak. So to those people, it's just normal. And there's a good chance if you're not telling people about your YouTube channel, then the people that know you probably aren't going to see it anyway. Certainly not in the early days. And then there's the people who don't know you, who are potentially going to see it on YouTube, and to them it's not going to be weird because they've never met you before. So when they're watching this video for the first time of you speaking to a camera, it's not going to be weird because it's just, oh, here's this person, this is how they look, this is how they sound. So the only person who's going to find it weird is you. And if that is what's stopping you from starting a YouTube channel, I would say that that's not a good reason to prevent yourself from pursuing YouTube. And the reality is, the more that you start speaking to a camera and recording yourself, the more you are editing your videos and hearing yourself speak and seeing yourself on the videos as you're playing it back, the less weird it will become. It will become more normal because you will be used to seeing yourself on camera and hearing yourself on camera. So my advice would be, my advice coming from someone who's doing their third video, but already I'm finding it far more comfortable to speak in front of a camera than I did in my first video. And now when I'm editing the videos, I really don't even think about it, and that's only 3 videos in. So I would say, if you're wanting to do YouTube and that is holding you back, I would say embrace the cringe in those first few videos, accept the fact that you're going to find it a bit strange, but just power through it. And the more you do it, the more practice you do, the less weird it becomes. Okay, another reason that you might be not doing YouTube is fear of being judged. Now, I think social media and the internet are wonderful tools. I think YouTube in particular is an amazing tool. But the reality is that there are people who go out of their way to leave negative comments. And you'll never escape that. Luckily, again, I'm only 3 videos in, so give it time. But so far, I've not had any negative comments. But I'm fully expecting that at some point I'm going to get a negative comment. And my attitude to that is, it can come from either a person you know or a person you don't know. If it's a person you know, then I would think probably I need to question my friendship with that person if they're publicly trolling me online. If it's someone I don't know, then in all honesty, their negative feedback and opinions mean nothing to me. Like, you know, I don't really care if someone who is being negative towards me and, you know, criticizing the work that I'm doing, I'm just going to brush it off. Like, it really doesn't matter to me, because the way I look at it is, I'm out here doing this thing. It is daunting when you're getting started. You know, I think most of us feel it's a bit daunting to put ourselves online like this. And the attitude I take is, well, it takes courage to do that. If you decide to do this, it's going to take courage for you to do it. I would say very few of us have that confidence to kind of do this YouTube thing and not feel a little bit self-conscious about, as we said before, how we look, how we sound, fear of being criticised for the things that we're saying or the opinions that we're putting across. But I think you'll find that people will largely be supportive, and the people that are indifferent just will probably say nothing, and that's fine. You'll get people who are actively supportive of what you're doing by liking the videos, leaving comments, and that's what to focus on. You know, focus on the good feedback that you're getting from people, and also the constructive criticism as well, because you will likely get comments from people who have maybe done a YouTube channel of their own, who have opinions on how you might improve, you know, things that you're struggling with in the first few kind of videos that you're doing. They might suggest how you could improve your lighting, how you could speak to the camera better, and you know, that's okay. You know, I think it's fine that people can, you know, give you constructive feedback, and I think we should be open to getting constructive feedback. But you know, anyone that's putting negative comments on, I would say it's really not worth your time and energy fixating on those and getting hung up on those, because the likelihood is the type of people that are going to leave these negative comments are probably those who wouldn't have the courage to do the thing that you're doing. So I would just brush that off, and I certainly wouldn't let people like that put me off pursuing what I want to do on YouTube. So if that's holding you back, I would strongly suggest that you rethink that and go ahead and do it anyway. Okay, another thing that people get put off by is video editing. People think it's really hard, it's really difficult, and the reality is, yeah, if you've never used any video editing software in the past, then you might find that a little bit of a challenge. But you can teach yourself that. You know, find people on YouTube who will teach you video editing. There's so much material on YouTube that will tell you how to do even just the basics to get you started. But even if you haven't got time to do that in the early stages, just what we talked about at the beginning of this video about having no gear, if you've just got a smartphone, just put the smartphone in front of you, stare at the lens and just talk. Don't worry about fluffing lines or, stuttering or whatever it is. I'm probably doing it right now. When you're just getting started, people are going to expect that. They're not expecting perfection. And in fact, a lot is being said at the moment on YouTube, in 2025, that actually YouTube is really pushing videos that are a little less professional, a little less polished. So you can record a video, and if you stall and have to start again and you don't know how to edit that bit out, I would still rather put that video out there, because I think people will generally accept that, people make mistakes, people fluff their lines. Even the videos you're seeing that have been edited, people will do that all the time, but they just know how to edit it out. But if you don't know that yet and you haven't learned how to do that yet, I would say still put the videos out there, get yourself started, and on the side of that you can be learning how to do video editing, so that in the future your videos can be a little bit more polished and professional looking. So that's my thoughts on the things that could potentially be holding you back from getting started with YouTube. But I think from my personal experience, I spent so much time consuming other people's content on this very topic, and my biggest regret has been not starting sooner. That's kind of where my head's at just now. I've made the start now, and I'm pleased that I have, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see the community that I can build from that, of like-minded people, other people like myself who are a little bit older and are embarking on this kind of YouTube journey. I want to bring people on the journey with me and to hopefully learn from me, and to spark some discussions with these people and bounce off of each other and bounce off each other's energy. So if any of the points we've talked about are holding you back, if it's any of those things, or it could be anything that's any other things that aren't on the list of things I went through, whatever you think is holding you back, I would urge you to just put that to one side and to just do it anyway. Because once you get started, it's really quite enjoyable to get going. And even in the first few videos, you're not going to get a huge amount of traction. Sometimes you do. I personally haven't so far, but I was prepared for that based on the research that I've done. But I'm still excited. I still enjoy doing it. I was actively looking forward to it today, coming in here and sitting and talking to the camera, talking to you guys and getting it put out there on YouTube. So once you get going, it's quite exciting, and you'll be glad that you did it. So don't let anything hold you back. Just do the thing. Okay, so if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you hanging around to watch it. I would really appreciate it if you would consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you'd like to come on this journey with me. I'd really like some feedback in the comments as well. As I say, I am just getting started as well, and I will take any constructive feedback that's going on how I can improve and make these videos better for you guys, the people watching. So if there's anything that you'd like to drop in the comments, then please do so. I hope you guys are doing great, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.